Hi guys, and welcome back. Just a shortish video on this one. I'm going to have a look at a couple of things. First thing, the 08 sound. If you remember in the last video fitting of it, sound quality wasn't very good. A simple fix, and I'll take you through that shortly. Also, I've purchased some containers, and we'll have a look at those and compare them to the Hornby containers. And also, we'll have a quick look. We have the replacement couplings for the Hornby Class 66, and we'll see what the difference is in length to reduce the risk of buffer locking on curves with the container flats that we got at the minute. So tune in and let's have a look. So if you remember, this is what the sound sounded like. You know, you can barely hear it. However, with a little modification, this is what it can sound like. A big difference, and all it is down to how the speaker's sealed. So I'll take the shell off of this one here and I'll show you what we're going to do. If you remember, it was literally the 4 outer screws with the Christmas cracker screwdriver. I nearly lost him on the floor. Two. And the 2 at the front. Screw, screw, screw. Screw, screw, screw. And lift off. Possibly, come on. There we go. So, as you can see here, that the speaker did stick in, but it's not an airtight seal. So, oh, magnet's got it. There you go, magnet. Thank you. So all I'm going to do is I have here a piece of plastic card, which is what was recommended by Digitrains, and on the 2 screws. I don't want to lose those. And just cut a rectangle the same size as the speaker. Trim that down to size. It's just a bit of plastic card wall. That will stick on there nicely. And if I stick that on the track up here, I'll now turn it on. Much better. So that's all that was needed. So I'll just trim this edge off here, put it back in the front of the body, put the shell back on, and then we'll have a go. So much better. Just that little bit of plastic hard to make a better seal than the body shell made. So that's another job ticked off the list. Let's have a look at these containers. Well, we all know of the current offerings from Hornby with these, is it IFA wagons? International Freight Flats air brake things that we've got here. They are very nice little containers, as we all know. Now, Tillig also do TT120 bits and bobs, and that includes containers. Now, there's not many available at the minute. They do some of the modern image containers with a bit more detail than just the Tillig barn logo on the side, and but these are slightly different. Now, will they fit on these wagons? Not without modification. Now, first things first to note is these do not have a bottom, unlike the Hornby containers, which are a complete box. The spigots are in a slightly different location. What you'll see is the spigot here, where I'm pointing with my thumb, is on the inside corner of the square post on the corner of the container, just there. But that lines up with the inside edge in both directions, so inside edge, you can just see. However, on the Hornby ones, they are smack bang in the middle, so they're not in exactly the same location. And these spigots with my vernier caliper are 0.03, so 30 thousandths of an inch, and these are 0.025, so these are 5 thousandths of an inch smaller than these. So unfortunately these do not just fit straight on these wagons, although what you can see is the 40-foot length, the position of the corners is an excellent match. The height is the same, the width is the same, the 40-foot part is the same as these reinforcing mounting points on the 45-foot containers, and they also do 20-footers, which are, well, half the size, but so they do locate on each other, but what we can't do is mount them straight onto the Hornby wagons. So whilst they're good for mounting on the quayside or on lorries or whatever, mounting on these wagons without modification isn't going to happen. Now, easy way to do it is obviously just trim off the lugs, a bit of plastic card in the bottom there, and a bit of black tack or whatever just to hold it on the wagon. But yeah, it's not just going to locate on the wagon like these. Just thought you might wish to know that. So this now brings us on to the next part of the video, the Hornby Class 66. Now if you remember on the previous video, a couple of videos ago, we highlighted the issue with the close coupling because they are very close, which does look brilliant, but if you're running on the set track curves there is an issue with buffer locking between the loco and the first wagon. And Hornby listened, and Hornby produce spare parts. These they've been issuing free of charge if you get hold of the technical services email address on the website and send them a message. If you're buffer locking, they'll reply to you, get a couple of bits of details off of you, and then they'll send these out. So what we're going to look at is how much longer these are from the original. I've got a pair for this one and the GB liveried loco, but we'll fit them onto here. You can see they are very closely coupled, so let's look at the difference. TT3016-99 extended coupler for the Class 66. So we'll just open this one at the minute and leave that one to one side, and we'll bring it out. Now flat packed, because the hook, which has disappeared, there must still be one in the packet. There he is, he hasn't come out. There we go. The hook is retained in the coupling by the coupling pocket on the loco. So as you can see, there's the original coupling and there's the replacement. Here's, I'd say, probably just over a millimetre difference in the length of the two bodies there. So now we've got the fun job of trying to get the hook back in. So there we are. So we have this little tang here. This is the underneath. The tail goes through the slot first. It slides all the way forward, and then you can hook the bottom of the hook into position at that end. So now that we have the hook in place, we'll get it up the right way. We're upside down. Bit of support at the back of the coupling pocket, and clips in. Simple as that. Coupling is now in. So I'll do the same for the other end. Get the coupling body, you get the tail through the slot and slide it all the way forward, then the hook will drop through and then hook up underneath, and now we'll hook it back in. So now we have the longer couplings in place, the hook is free, we'll put it on the track and see what the gap is. So I reckon that tiny little gap is still very close and perfectly acceptable and should prevent the buffer locking. Top job, Hornby, well done on that one. There we have it, a quick little video just to catch up with a few little minor jobs that have been outstanding. The sound on the Class 08, much better. A look at the containers, and Class 66 that will no longer buffer lock using the standard Hornby couplings. So next video we'll get back on with doing the bit more detail and ground cover on this, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.